Hello friends and welcome to this post. In this video we have the opportunity to study for Angular and .NET developer interview. I hope that you enjoy with this content. Okay friends, let's get started with this technical interview of 10 basic questions. Don't forget follow me and subscribe to this channel for more content in the future. Question number 1. What is Angular and what are some key features of Angular? Well, the possible response of this question is Angular is a popular front-end JavaScript framework. It's used actually for building interactive web applications. Some characteristics and features of Angular include 1. For example, two-way data binding. 2. Dependency injection, and 3. Component-based architecture. Okay, continuing with this interview, we move to on the second question that is, what is .NET and how this is related to Angular? Well, principally .NET is a Microsoft framework for building different applications. In this case, we centered to web applications. And Angular is a front-end JavaScript framework that works in conjunction with .NET to create interactive web applications. It's necessary to create user interface with Angular and integrate with the backend .NET applications to handling server sides and data processing components. Okay, the next question in this wonderful interview is the question number 3. How do you create a new component in Angular and how is it used in an application? This is an important question and you can prepare for your interview in the future. The possible answer of this question is, in Angular, a component is a building block of an application's user interface. To generate the component, it is necessary to use the tool Angular command line interface. To type this next command, ng-generate component and the component name. This command generates the necessary files for a new component, including the TypeScript for the logic of a component, the HTML file to create the template that stores the objects that represented and rendered in the Web Explorer, and CSS file for the styling components. Once the component is created, you can use it into your application by adding its selector in another component's template where you want to use it. Okay, we have reached the fourth question, which is no less than a very important question. How do you handle HTTP requests in Angular? And what are some best practices for error handling? Well, the possible answer of this question is, in Angular, you can use the HTTP client module to handle the request. It's important that you inject into the constructor and use methods like to get, put, and others to make HTTP requests. To handle errors, you can use the subscribe method to error callback to catch any errors returned by the API. Some best practice for error handling is Angular include displaying manifold errors message to users, logging errors for debugging purpose, and using built-in error handling mechanisms such as HTTP interceptor for intercepting and handling errors globally in the application. Okay, the next question is the question number 6, and is the moment to talk about of the binding and the model view model in Angular architecture. And the question is, what is two-way data binding in Angular and how does it work? Okay, the possible answer of this question is two-way data binding in Angular allows for automatic synchronization of data between the components and view. It means that changes made in the data in the view are automatically reflected in the component and vice versa. This can be achieved using the ng-model directive. This directive is injected in the HTML elements declared in the component of HTML in Angular, which binds the data between the view and the component using a combination of property binding and event binding. Okay, friends, I couldn't avoid adding this question. The question is the number 7. What are some performance optimization techniques in Angular? There are many results in this answer, and all is very important to consider in your projects. Angular provides several performance optimization techniques to run the application with a lot of smoothly and efficiently environment. Some of these techniques include lazy loading of modules to reduce the initial load times, using for example ng-for loops for minimized DOM manipulations, using unpush change detection strategy to minimize unnecessary re-rendering, and using AOT ahead of time compilation to reduce the size of the application bundle. Okay, friends, this topic of the eighth question is about of .NET RESTful APIs and integration with Angular, and the question is, what are some common HTTP methods used in RESTful API and how are they used in Angular? Some common HTTP methods uses RESTful APIs are get, post, put, pass, delete. The get is used to retrieve information from the server. The post is used to create new resources in the server. The put and pass is using to update resources or change resources in the server. And delete verb is used to delete resources from the server. Okay, friend, let's go. We only have two more questions left to finish our trial interview. The question number 9 is, what is dependency injection in Angular and why is it important? The answer probably is, dependency injection is a design pattern used in Angular that allows for the injection of dependencies in services and components and others into other components or services, rather than create them manually. This promotes low coupling between components and services, making the code more maintainable, stable, and modular. Angular provides own dependency injection system, which can be used to provide instances of service to components or other services and manage the life cycle of these instances. Okay, bro. We have the opportunity to explain and study different questions of Angular. This is the final question of this mock technical interview. I hope that you are very good with your time because we have invested a lot of important time. And I am very happy to share this information with you. I hope that you subscribe to my channel and follow me in Twitter on others social networks. Well, the question number 10 is, how do you handle cross-origin resource sharing course in an Angular application? CORS is a security feature implemented in web browser that restricts cross-origin requests. For example, if you have one request in your client application, the server validates that the request is authorized to from your domain. Well, and this is configured in the server side. CORS can be handled on the server side by configuring the appropriate CORS headers in the server response. On the client side, Angular automatically spends CORS pre-flag requests for certain types of requests, such as those with custom headers or not simple methods. Additionally, Angular provides the credentials option in the HTTP module to enable sending cookies with the cross-origin request if is necessary. Well, this is the final. Thanks for all and many greetings for you. Happy day and happy coding.